I can't remember who sent me this clip, but shout out to bro who sent it. All right, so here we have a black woman who wants Brad to be a dad, but Brad, for the most part, finessed the DNA testing by sending one of his compadres to take the DNA test for him because he had a whole wife and didn't want to keep a baby by this black woman. Let's go.
Isis Harden was stunned to learn Mark McCracken, the man with whom she's had an on-again, off-again situationship, has been charged alongside an accomplice in an alleged fraudulent paternity test scheme. The Macomb County Prosecutor's Office says McCracken arranged for 36-year-old Derek Harrison to impersonate him at a DNA paternity test appointment last September. The test was ordered to determine the paternity of Harden's 2-year-old daughter, Talia.
She's fun. She's very smart.
Harden says McCracken wanted nothing to do with the girl, despite the two sharing an 8-year-old son.
He just said that he doesn't want his wife to know about her and that he doesn't want anything to do with her.
He's married?
Yes.
Wow.
Now he is. He wasn't married when he got me pregnant.
Investigators say Harrison submitted his DNA at the appointment while posing as McCracken. The test initially came back saying McCracken was not Talia's father.
He got caught because I went back up there because I knew that the DNA test was wrong.
And there was evidence. The county sent Harden a picture of the man who showed up for that paternity test, and to her shock, it was not McCracken.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? He really went to that extent, like that far.
Is that the guy that you saw?
Yeah, he looked a little bit different.
You ever seen a case where a guy is supposed to go in for a paternity test, but he sends in someone else in his stead?
Never.
Macomb County Prosecutor Pete Lucido charged both men with tampering and says McCracken may have been trying to avoid child support responsibility.
A child only has one childhood. They don't get two. And if you can't make it the best childhood and support that child, then what are we doing as parents?
And he is 100% right? Macomb County, I'm from Detroit. Yeah, Macomb County, that's the east side suburb, for sure. It's like probably like Clinton Township, shit like that. That's out there. I don't really hang Jermaine out there. Not really an east side fan at all, but shout out to the east side. They say the same thing about the west. So this is the guy, right? This is the new woman. Now, the question is, was he seeing this new woman at the time? In my opinion, was he seeing this new woman at the time, you had that baby? You know what I'm saying? Now, if he was seeing her and she knew, then, hey, it is what it is, right? And whatever, right? I just want to know if she knew, and she's not going to be honest. And maybe she didn't know, right? Maybe this was a drive-by. Maybe this was a recurrent thing, and she was just recreational use. My thing is this, right? A lot of these black women are quick to delete a black baby, right? That's just facts. Especially if it's a black male baby. They quick to delete it. They quick to, oh, F you, and they don't even tell you, right? A lot of the times, they don't even tell you. They don't want no extortion. They just don't want to tell you nothing. They just delete the baby, and then if she felt like you hurt her, she'd throw it in your face. But when they come to these mixed babies, they don't delete the mixed babies. Especially they don't delete these mixed babies. I'm telling y'all. You can look at the women on the internet. They had a whole little thing not too long ago. Oh, delete black male babies, but keep mixed babies. We've seen the chick. Remember the one chick that went over and had the Chinese baby over to Thailand. It's another chick. I don't know if it's the same chick, but now she's going viral talking about, she's had a baby with an old Chinese man on the internet, and they killing her. And then she make a response videos to Osei Jackson because she put her information out there, and you was going to get ridiculed, especially when you start throwing black American men under the bus. Talking about we ain't shit, and then you went overseas and became a baby mama. So I don't even understand this whole thing where black man ain't supposed to fight back. We supposed to just shut up and let you have your way. We have shut up. We just went other ways now. We just don't deal with a lot of the black American quiches. That's just what it is. We keep it P. But yeah, man. But yeah, they don't believe that, man. She forced him to be a father, but then again, it's portrayed as, black men have to be forced to be fathers, and child support was created because of Brad. You know, go. Nobody ever does the history when black man is on the right side of history. Nobody ever does history on that. They ain't create child support because black man was running out on their children. That's a cap. It was created because Brad was laying seeds and keeping it moving. You know, once again, we get credited for, the degeneracy of what they was doing. They wasn't taking care of their seeds and still don't. It's a bunch of these, single black mothers around here who had mixed babies, but they don't complain. They don't have the same anarchy or same rage as black men. They don't have it. For black men, they don't have it. They give Brad a pass and they try to get a black stepdaddy and all that. And unfortunately for Brad, they tell a lot of their women, they disqualify them if they sleep with us. But secretly, what you find out is a lot of them be sleeping with black women. Ain't no thing when they go on these passport tours and all these things they go on, y'all. What you think they be doing? They be sleeping with the Thai, the Filipino women, the Vietnamese women. They go to Africa and don't say nothing. I'm gonna do that video on what old sis said. The African men don't want African American men messing with their women. That's cool. But they have no issue with Brad messing with their women. That's why I tell y'all, man, if as black men, productive black men, if we don't have each other's back, right? If we don't have each other's back, ain't nobody gonna have our backs. We don't really have many allies, in general. So that's why we got to have each other's back, like 4 flats on the Cadillac. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, they sit here and fight for Brad to be a parent, and it won't be no hate. But when it comes to black men, and even before they get our side of the story, which this dude tried to cheat the DNA test, even before they get our side, they get the side of our story. They get the side of our story, right? They don't want to hear it. They get the baby from us and push us away. But let's let this one go.
For Fox 2 News at 10, I'm Root Barrage. Tonight, a paternity test scheme blows up in the faces of 2 Macomb County men. One of them allegedly trying to skirt child support for his new baby. Let's get live to Fox 2's Jessica Dupnack. She has more on how they tried to sneak out of it. Jess.
Well, one thing about the Macomb County prosecutor, Peter Lucido, is he is not messing around when it comes to holding people accountable for child support. And word must be getting around. That's likely why this next pair you're about to meet allegedly came up with this scheme that certainly did not go as planned.
You are not.
It's giving the Maury Show circa 1990s. The host here, though, is Macomb County prosecutor Peter Lucido. In the hot seat, alleged baby daddy Mark McCracken and his work associate Derek Harrison.
They kind of similarly look alike, but unfortunately, Mr. McCracken's DNA is going to be way different than Mr. Harrison's.
The alleged 4-time felony offenders schemed to fudge a court-ordered paternity test. McCracken plays Harrison during the DNA cheek swab, and then nobody has to pay for the new baby.
It says right there, you're being recorded when you come into the office, the prosecutor's office, but we take a picture to validate what we're doing.
Uh-oh, they missed the sign in the prosecutor's office where it says you're being recorded. Mom was summoned to view the DNA results that said, McCracken, you are not the father, and then she said,
that's impossible. Let me see who came in, and we showed her, and she said, that's not him.
The jig was up. So now the dynamic duo charged with tampering with evidence and for being habitual offenders 4 times over.
Innocent until proven guilty, Jess, and that's the way it is in our system.
Yeah, and for now, McCracken and Harrison are currently lodged at the Macomb County Jail. Now, talking with Peter Lucido earlier today, he is not messing around when it comes to holding people accountable. He's actually telling me about a guy that's $50,000 in back child support, all while living in $1 million home. Reporting live, Jessica Dupnack.
All right, man. See, they paint black men as deadbeat fathers. She went to go double check that and all that stuff, but you won't hear Brad is bad, and they treat this like this is the anomaly, and they treat us like we're the worst and all that type of stuff. So I mean, unfortunately, it's nothing that we can do to restore our image, but just keep doing what we doing and having each other back. That's it. Ain't nothing we can do to restore our image, but move as one. And hopefully get with women that aligned to where we was going. But they ain't gonna talk about this, man. I haven't even looked at the comment section for real. He said white men are creating single mothers. She should sue his wife for child support. He said, by the way, the whole situation is going to be blamed on black men because those children are black. He said the fact, and these are black dudes from what I see so far, the fact that, and this one is too, he's already the father of an 8-year-old son, but denied 2-year-old daughters. Wow. Stop laying down with those wicked ass people. He burned the coal and didn't want to pay the toll. Wow. They say they both should be in prison and they're going to get slaps on the wrist. My thing is, what good is a father to his child in prison, right? I thought it was only black fathers. Somebody say they kind of sort of alike is sending me that man is trifling, left my ass off. Well, they tried and failed. So just a couple of videos. Shits. Not gonna lie, he's a sick bastard, but that was an unprecedented move. He almost got away with it too. And she went to go follow up with him. So, yep. Hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Want to help me out? Hit the link in the description. Join the Patreon, free for 7 days. Peace.